What is up, cool kid gang? It is yo Rotito Cool Kid Minty here, bringing y'all another tutorial. Sorry that it took me so long to make this. My OBS has had so many problems and everything keeps interrupting me while trying to make it. So this is like my 20th time making this tutorial. So forgive me if I'm not exactly enthusiastic to do this. So, first things first, I'm going to be showing you guys scales. I'm going to show you 4 different scales throughout this video and how I go about shakes and just a little bit of understanding and knowledge that I have about shakes. I'm no expert on shakes, I kind of know what I'm doing with shakes. So, yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the zoom out scale. Then I'm going to show you one scale, but there's 2 different versions of it. So with the zoom out scale, just hit your stopwatch, press S to bring it up. Hit your stopwatch, do 100 or whatever you already have it as. Then at the end, you just want to do around 65. Just depending on your clip and what you're wanting to do. You can mess with the values as much as you want for your edit. Now, since you're zooming out, you want to take this one and bring it up to here. So the closer the circle is and the points are together, the harsher it's going to be, but the more you keep them spread out, the more smoother it's going to be. So that's like the basics to that. So it'll look like that at the start. Then you go to the next clip, and then you start out, you want to raise up the scale. And then you want to go out, and then you want to scale it back down. So it makes a zoom out kind of transition. So you want to just ease it, and you want to do the opposite of the last one. So like that. So it should look like this. So it looks like it's zooming out and transitioning. So that's the first scale. Just a basic zoom out. So now the second one, I'm going to show you it. It's basically, there's 2 different things you can do with this to make it look good. So you start here. This is just a simple 100, 200, 100 scale. So you just make that there. Keyframe. Okay, to do it, you just highlight. You click Easy E. Right click Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease or F9. My F9 doesn't really work, so I have to do it that way. So for this one, you just want to bring it down that way, like so. Oh, also make sure your clips have motion tile 250, 250 at the very least with mirror edges, so you don't have just a black screen when you zoom out or, with your pan crop or anything like that. So you want to go to your next one, and you want to click scale. Now you're going to want to start it at 200 or a little bit less, and you're going to want to put it back down to 100. Keyframe. Easy ease, and then you just want to basically do the opposite of the last one you did. So it should look like this. Just a basic scale transition. You can also just do these all on one layer if you wanted to, and it could still have the same effect as like a pump or, something like that. Whatever you want to do with it on your edit. So now that's the basic scale. Now to make this look better, you can add rotation to it by pressing R. Starting out at 0, my bad, and then you go to the next point and you put 90. Now you could also do -90 and it would flip the other way, which we're gonna have to do in a second because rotation is weird and you have to do the inverse of whatever you do. So since I did +90 there, I want to do -90 here. You always want it to be the opposite of this value to get a full spin. Now you want to make sure it ends off on your other scale, so just open up your transform, change the keyframe to there, and then you want to keyframe your rotation by doing the inverse of the last one. Since it's -90, you'd flip it up this way, like so. Now, before I mess up, I'm going to make sure I kind of have both of them keyframed, so it should look like this. I got front seat. So it's a smooth scale and rotation, and then the way to make it look better is just turn on your motion blur. Then and I got front seat. So that's 3 scales. I'll show you the other scale after I finish up going after shape because it's not really just a screen pump, right? It is, but you'll see. So next, of course, you want to right click new. You want to make an adjustment layer, Control Shift D to split the layer, And I like to go about anywhere between 2 to 3 frames back on my shakes. That's just how I kind of space them out, depending on the beat. Now you're going to want to have Sapphire, you want to do S_dissolve shake. Now, I'm going to just go through and show you guys basically this. You always want to start off at 25 on the dissolve percent and then go down to 0, or you can mess with it a little bit more, a little bit shorter, a little bit more if you wanted to, but that's normally what I do for my dissolve percents. So, I normally just put my dissolve speed down to 1. I don't really know what it does, so can't really tell you there. Like I said, I don't have all the knowledge. Amplitude is the impact that your shake is going to have, which I like to be smooth, so I like to have it anywhere between 4 through 7 is what I like to work with. So for this one, I'm going to probably just use 6. Frequency is how many times it's going to shake by the time it hits the end. I like to keep it smooth, so I normally like to go around anywhere between 4 and 7 when it comes to that as well. So it should look right off bat with not changing all the values, should look like this.
And I got front seat.
I'm going to have the frequency a bit. I'm probably go with the 6 frequency on this.
And I got front seat.
Now for your X shake, this controls the left and right. I like to bump this up around 220-ish. And I don't really mess with the frequency, but it's basically makes it go more times left and right. I don't really know what the amp does. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys what I know and what I do. I like to make my Y a little bit harder, around 140. Same thing, it just makes it do it more up and down or start in a different area. Like, yeah. But I just keep it as is. Z shake is a zoom in. I don't really use it, so I just turn the values down. I don't really use tilt shake, but I kind of played around with it a little bit earlier. So if you guys want a pretty decent one, I suggest going 2 on the amp. I think it's 1.5 on, no, it's 2.5 on the tilt, and I do about a 1 on the wave amp.
And I got front seat. And I got front seat.
No, that's not right. Go 2 here. And then let's try it.
And I got front seat.
Yeah.
And I got front seat.
To make it look a little bit cleaner. Just do that. I like to always have motion blur on. And then I just copy and paste, and I normally put it 1 frame before the next beat. And it should look like this.
Action, I got front seat. And I got front seat.
Now, that's just basic. That's just kind of basically how I do my shakes. Now I'm going to show you guys one more thing you guys can do. So this scale is called a ghost scale. You just copy and paste your original layer, go to your transform, delete these scales, and then you want to put it at 100 there, and then put up around anywhere between 200 to 300 at the end. Then you want to go back to the beginning, click the opacity, and put it at 0 at the end. Or you can put it at 0 like here, just depending on how you want it to end. I'm just going to have it go at the end of the clip though. And it should make this kind of ghost scale.
Action, I got front seat.
Let me get it.
And I got front seat.
Gives a little bit of a ghosting effect. I'm also put it on the next one by going to the transform, deleting my scale on it, and then clicking the scale. Well, it's going to be, I want to leave it at 100. And then we're going to put it at 200 at the end. Don't be like me, actually click the number and then click 200. Then you want to go back, turn the opacity, and turn it down. So now, it should look
Action, I got front seat.
I still gotta render.
Action, I got front seat.
So that's basically.
And I got front seat. And I got front seat.
So that's basically how you make a Oh, I'm trying to do something. So that's the basics to scales and shakes. I'm gonna play it a couple more times just so you guys can look at it and see if you guys like it. So here's what it looks like. Kind of loop.
I got front seat. And I got front seat. And I got front seat.
So yeah, that's how I basically use scales, and that's kind of how my knowledge on shakes. I'll probably learn more about shakes at some point, but that's all I know now. Hopefully this tutorial has helped you and you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Sorry it took so long to make the tutorial, just OBS was just not working at all. Hopefully you chase your New Year's resolutions and goals and reach them. Have a nice day, and see you later. Bye.